But then that starts to become an incredibly, it looks like, overwhelming solution to reverse this. And for a parent, that becomes, I can't learn all of this. I can't
Right.
learn about, what's in every single food product versus how to tell if my child is becoming too stressed with the social life, all of these things.
Hmm.
Is that kind of the purpose where you're going with documenting hope your organizations, is to empower people to make small little decisions and improve every day? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, first we want to make sure we understand the scope of the problem. So we we have two research studies that are underway right now. One of them is called the Chirp Study, and it's the most comprehensive survey, a parent-reported survey that I know of that looks at all the things that might be influencing a child's health. So things going back multiple generations, like did grandma, live through a war-torn era? Was grandpa subjected to racism, like all the way down through what happened preconception, what happened prenatally, what is happening to the child right now in terms of what they're putting on their skin, what they're eating, how many rounds of antibiotics, like anything that might fit into that picture of what developed into a chronic condition or what maybe didn't. But we want to know what happens for healthy kids too. That study we're doing so that we can, again, understand all the variables, the thousands of them. I mean, this question is over 1,000 questions
Yep.
long, and really understand which are the most impactful, like which ones are really, really negatively impacting our children's health, and which ones are there but maybe aren't as significant, so that we can help parents prioritize the most significant factors and the things that they should avoid. So that's important. But going to your original question about like how do you navigate this when it's so overwhelming, I think it's important for people to remember the reason that we're in this situation with our kids and all of our health really is because we have moved very far away from the way humans live naturally in sync with nature. So if you look at how we used to live just 150 years ago, totally different way of living. Like our food came directly to us from the earth, or animal products, unadulterated. There wasn't processing and packaging and preservatives and chemicals. And like the Industrial Revolution really changed the way Americans live. Yeah. And so that goes down to even just our biorhythms, like when we go to bed and when we wake up. And that's hugely important for your body and your resilience. So the advice I have to parents when they start thinking about, oh my gosh, do I need to know what's in that label? Like the 75 chemicals that are in my toothpaste, do I need to know what all of them are and which ones are safe? And I don't know. The simple answer to that is do what is closest to nature. Yes. And reject as many things as you can that are new to nature. Mm-hmm. So when you're navigating the grocery aisles, you just pick up the things that have 2 ingredients or don't have ingredients at all. Like, for food, whole foods, simple, yeah. Just eat whole foods, right? Yeah. And I know it's more complex than that because we have kids who are complex in their chronic illness and maybe they can't tolerate all kinds of health foods or whole foods. But the point is, as a general rule, the closer you get to nature in everything you do, the closer you live to how grandma lived, the better you'll be able to navigate this modern world. And it means change, right? Yes. Like if you live a super digital life where everything in your house is a smart device and, you live odd hours because we have, lights that keep us up all night long. You gotta reel back that kind of that rhythm and that pace and sync back up again with the way humans have lived for millennia, right?
Right.
For thousands of years, we've lived with a certain rhythm in our life. We've eaten a certain type of food. We've not used products. Like products are new. Like all these chemical consumer products, that's new to the human body. Human body's like, I don't even know what to do with that stuff, because I've been adapting for thousands of years to everything that's in nature. And all of a sudden you're bringing all these like petroleum-based products into me and I don't know what those are. So that's a mindset we need to adopt in order to safely live in the modern world.
Yeah. I find a big issue with that alone is like education and empowerment are great, but you got to have kind of a purpose in it all and a passion, because the truth is that it's very easy to do what, just go in and buy something that's going to have a long expiration, date and sit on the shelf and have lots of preservatives, and be easy to just throw it in the microwave, serve it to your child, 5 minutes. There's no meal prep. There's no anything else there. But then you actually have to sacrifice a little bit. And in
Mhm.
sacrifice, people are willing to do it usually when it comes to things like vanity cases, you know? If it's something you look better and you attract,
Yeah.
people, we go to the gym, we pay a lot of money for cosmetic surgeries and things like that. That's a vanity metric in some way.
Mhm.
But health somehow isn't, I've realized. And even when you bring it up to parents, and I've sent a lot of my friends who are parents articles about, okay, don't use the microwave, maybe go to more cooking and going to your local, grocer and buying stuff that's fresh and just putting a little bit more time into the dinner prep and everything. And they appreciate it, they say, but they don't actually act on it. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, their children usually do have some issues. And a
Mhm.
lot of the times it's this ability to say, well, my doctor told me it's just genetics and they'll just outgrow it maybe or have to live with it for the rest of their lives. So then you
Mhm.
get into this kind of idea that whether I cook for them or not doesn't really matter because the doctor told me they're on the medication that helps them.